I got too much life to live and too few shits to give. Ain't no asshole gonna make me feel like hell today. Ain't no asshole gonna make me feel like hell today. No POS gonna take a piss on my parade. I got too much life to live and too few shits to give. Ain't no asshole gonna make me feel like hell today. Ain't no asshole gonna make me feel like hell today. No POS gonna take a piss on my parade. I got too much life to live and too few shits to give. Ain't no asshole gonna make me feel like hell today. Ain't no asshole gonna make me feel like hell today. No POS gonna take a piss on my parade. I got too much life to live and too few shits to give. Ain't no asshole gonna make me feel like hell today.
Favorite reel. Hi, Sammy. We're
Hey,
live, baby.
hey guys, my favorite song just came on, so I hope you enjoyed it. But listen, here we go. A new Monday Live. We had a hell of a week. Lily's in her spot. She's right exactly where she's always been. It's amazing how she's got to the point where she knows exactly what we're going to do. She gets in exactly that same spot and just checks out and makes sure everything is good. I think she's asking, is my shirt look fucked up?
No, it looks
No,
good.
Lily's asking that.
Oh. Speaking of shirts, Sammy, right behind you is Frankie Scavio. He's actually in the chat, owns Paisan's Pizza, the one that they sent you. It's right behind you, right on the, there it is.
Yep.
You got it.
All right, here's the shirt. And Paisan Pizza. Frankie?
Yep, Bensonhurst is in the house.
Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. And he makes it, delivers it anywhere. He put it in a cardboard box with ice packs and stuff like that and sent it to me. And it is pretty good. You know, you throw it in the microwave, not the microwave, the
Toaster oven.
yes, the toaster oven, and it came out good. Here's his whole stuff in the. But Paisan's Pizza, it is good, and this is not really a commercial. He's a friend. He sent it down. He sent his T-shirt for me, and I said I may give him a shout out if it's good, and it was good. He sent sandwiches, a couple of sandwiches and stuff like that. Come down with it. Stromboli sandwiches, all different kinds, and pizzas. And you throw the pizza in the toaster oven, it came out, it was good. It actually was crispy too. It wasn't, I was surprised. Because when you freeze it and you send it through the mail like that, I thought it would be mushy. It really wasn't. It had a nice crust to it. Try it out. I think you guys are gonna like it. And if enough of you buy it, I'm going to ask Frankie for a little piece of the action here. But
Yeah, it's a franchise. You got several stores, all family owned.
yeah, they're all family, and they're 7 stores.
I'm not sure how many.
Well,
Several.
several stores, and they're all family owned, and from Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. It's good stuff. It really is. You know, when it comes to food, I get a lot of people telling me to advertise their food. They're even willing to pay me. And I tell them, send me some of it. And when I eat it, no. You can't pay me enough to say it's good. But this here stuff, well, I'm not paid for it. I'm being honest, I'm not being paid for it. He sent it to me, and it really was good. I enjoyed it. My son, you know, Gerard, is a very, very good chef, cooks great. And I made him take one, and he said, where did you get this stuff, Dad? I said, from Brooklyn, New York. How did you get it from Brooklyn, New York? It was really good. In other words, he was questioning it himself. And Gerard is pretty fussy when it comes to food. So try it out. Papa's Pizza. Paisan, Papa Paisan. So try it. It's good, and I think you'll enjoy it. And let me know if you try it. Do me a favor and let me know your opinion of it. I liked it. I really did. My son obviously liked it. You know, he says mine is better, but so that's guys you can't. They don't want to compete, but it was really, really good. If you try it out, let me know what you think.
What'd you do? How was your Easter yesterday?
My Easter was good. I was with my ex-wife, my son, my grandson Nicky, the oldest one, and we had a nice day. We had some food. It was actually cold. It was raining a little bit, but the day was good for us. We ate together. We bullshitted. We talked, and we had some fun. My wife is going down on the 3rd, which is Wednesday. The two daughters, they take care of their mother who is sick, and she's going to be down there for about 3 or 4 months. So any of you women want to scramble down here, we don't have to worry about getting caught.
Wait, what is it called when they National Guard when you're on the? We need you.
Yep. So she's going to be gone for a couple of months. I'll be alone. So I wanted to be with her for a day, and we were together. We had a nice time. It was really, really good. I got a lot of calls. All of you guys who sent me messages to have a happy Easter, me and my family. I spent hours. I responded to. I would imagine everybody I saw, I responded to with a message, and a lot of them were short messages. Thank you, blah 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 blah. Something small, but I really appreciated it. I was amazed at how many I got, and I think I got one. He says, "I hope you choke on your fucking meal." So something stupid, stupid. That's why I put that song up.
Oh yeah.
No. So all your stupid things. Listen, I'm on a high. We're doing really, really good. So many things. I don't want to mention the names, but a lot of heavyweights from Hollywood that I've been working with all sent me messages. I did a thing with an Easter Bunny thing, a joke. And so I told one of the heavyweights who's going to do my scripted show, I says, listen, the thing I did with the leprechaun and now the thing I did with the bunny, I was rolling up, that was Amina. I rolled up in a blanket. And we put her in the trunk of the car, me and the rabbit, shot her. And so I says, could we leave this out of the movie? He said, yeah, for sure.
Oh my God.
So, but a lot of people enjoyed it. It was a joke. I don't know. So, having a little fun with this from time to time, because sometimes it gets boring listening to certain people's howdy doody and gooba. Mm-hmm. Listening to their bullshit all the time, knocking the shit out of me a little bit.
Yeah. The hills have eyes. What did he call them?
Yeah. So, so I got a lot of questions coming up. So let's start with the questions. And how did they like the song? Did they like the song? Are they making any comments about it?
Cracking up.
I heard the song. I said, I got to play this.
I said, this is Sammy's favorite reel of the day.
Yeah.
So he wants us to play it for
Right.
you guys.
Okay.
Awesome.
Are we ready for the questions?
Yep.
All right. So last week, there was someone who was celebrating his 63rd birthday. Could you give him a quick shout out? His name is Phil Booth.
Phil Booth?
Uh-huh.
Hey, Phil, happy birthday. They come a lot quicker now that when you hit your 60s, they seem like they happen every fucking 3 months. But, and you get a little older all the time. I know what it's like. So, happy birthday, bro.
Okay. And then we had, from last week, we had Mets fan. Sammy, do you remember oh my God, I don't even know how to answer this. Villa Bate Alba on 18th Avenue in Bensonhurst?
Oh, absolutely. Alba was one of the best bakeries around. I remember it like it was yesterday. They had great stuff. They made some pizzas. I don't think they made pizzas like a pizzeria to send it to you. I think they sold it by the slice. but they made bread and cookies and all kinds of stuff. Albert was great. I mean, I don't know if it's still there anymore. I would imagine. I don't know why they'd get rid of it. You know, I mean, people died, but the kids would take over. It was a great. I definitely remember it.
Okay, we have Brett, Airson. Sammy, before you and John got pinched, did you ever think John might take you out at some point?
I really didn't think that before. There was a few little things that came up. I went out with Captain Good-Looking Jackie. When he went back, he says, I was with Sammy last night. We went to Atlantic City, a couple of broads. We had a ball. And John said, why did you go with him? You're on my side. Now that means like we have sides. We didn't have sides. It's me and you. We have the whole family where it's me and you against the world. So that, my side, rang a bell a little bit. And John was a very jealous, envious type of guy. If I got any kind of notoriety or things, it bothered him more than it should have. I'd see the way I look at it, if I got a great team. I got Anna, I got Amina. Now, if you compliment them, I'm going to say, great, you know, that's my team. And if you were going to ask Anna or Amina for a favor, you know, or I would like it because they're my people. So I could say, Anna, do that guy a favor or do this person, you know. I wouldn't be jealous over it. It wouldn't annoy me. So I can't, it's hard for me to understand that type of thinking. I don't think like that. You know, I would bang my chest. Yeah, Sammy's great. You need a favor, I'll tell him to do it for you. I would want great people around me. I had Stymie, Peruta, Louis Molino before he went in a different direction. You know, a lot of guys around me who, you know, thought the world of me, and people thought the world of them. And I was proud of them because of that. Why would I not be proud of that? I just can't get that mentality. I really don't.
Okay, we have, I don't even know how to pronounce this name. Wishol Brava. Sammy, do you believe 9/11 was an inside job?
There's a lot of theories about that. I don't know exactly who was involved. I don't think it was an inside job. I mean, something that big, I would imagine it would come out already. To be an inside job, you would have really had to involve a lot of people. And there's all kinds of theories coming out, the Mossad, the Jewish CIA type of people. They were involved, or this was involved. A lot of times they'll do something to themselves, these fucking governments, to cause a war and get the people angry. So I get that theory. I don't know if I buy it. There'd be too many people involved. And I don't know, it would be too costly to the president and the people who are involved, even though I think that that's what's happening right now with this Joe Biden and people. I think that they're making all kinds of moves. Listen, here's the thing that drives me nuts. When Trump was the president, there was riots, there was looting, everything under the sun. And this guy, he's a billionaire foreigner, what's his name? George Soros.
Oh, yeah.
Was paying them, there's proof of that, to cause havoc under Trump so you'd get rid of him and vote for somebody else. Ever since the Democrats got in, I don't see any riots, any looting, you know, one or two little things, but nothing big like it was. So I think they were behind that whole thing. Now, when you do that, a lot of people died, people were raped, women, during those riots, lootings, and stuff like that. So you're willing to have all of that happen just to make him look bad and for you to win? Now, if that's the fact, and there are people like that, and if that's the fact of what happened, then we have to, as voters, punish them. How do we punish them? With a vote. Get out there and vote against them. That's the only way we could punish them. So, and I suggest you do that this next election.
Great. J. Marie wants to know, he says, boss, we know you don't retire from the life, but what happens when a guy gets too old to do work or earn? Do they ever get called up when needed?
They do. They do get called if needed. They're mostly, it's almost like real life. You get put on the side. The guy's too old. He's not going to be going on a hit, or he's not going to be doing certain things. One time I was with Tato, and a guy came in overalls. He was a pig farmer, and he was very close with Tato. And so after they talked and everything, I said, "Who the fuck is that guy, Tato?" He says he's a pig farmer. He's a friend of ours, meaning a made guy. He retired, lives upstate. He has a pig farm. And if we have to get rid of a body, we call him up. He comes in, he gets the body, he brings it up there, and you'll never see that body no more. Pigs eat them or whatever they do. So here's a perfect example. He was way up in age, but when he was needed, he came in his old bullshit pickup truck and did what he had to do. So you can be called at any given time. Assuming you have cancer and you're dying, and they needed you to go kill somebody, but it's a suicide mission. You'll either be killed by the cops or caught, you're done. It's very rare, but from what I understand, it's been done before. And they went in and did what they had to do, regardless. They knew they were going to die. They knew they were going to die anyway. They had cancer and everything like that. So they were the perfect fit for this suicide mission. I don't think they did that often. I think that as you got to a certain age, you more or less retired, unless you were in a very big, powerful position, boss, underboss, guns in the air. Those people could stay in power a very, very long time. Their age don't matter too much unless they become senile and they don't know what they're talking about no more, or Alzheimer's disease. Then they'll replace them. But otherwise, Carlo Gambino was a fox till the end. Now, from what I heard a long time ago from Tato, it killed them to replace him before he died because he was forgetting things. He would tell his guys, go to Joe Blow and collect that $30,000. And they would tell him, Carl, he was here 2 weeks ago. He paid the $30,000. No, he didn't. Go get it. So they knew right away he had to be replaced because they knew the guy paid it, and he actually forgot about it. He didn't even bring it up anymore. They told the guy, don't worry about it. We know that you paid it. Don't even worry about it. The old man, we got it. We'll tell him we got it. We picked it up. Don't worry about it. So he started getting that way, dementia, I think, or Alzheimer's, whatever it is, towards the end. And they really had him on the side. They listened to him. They respect him. But there was other people calling the shots. And Paul Castellano was one of them, one of the stronger ones. And that's why when Carl, just before he died, he said, whoever takes over, I would like it to be Paul. He'd have my vote. And but most of the times, if you're too old or whatever and forgetful, and it happens in every walk of life, they'll put him on the side.
Okay.
They'll give him respect. They'll treat him good, but they'll put him on the side. Joe Piney, if you remember my story, wanted me to go kill a soldier, Oliver North. And I told him, okay, I'll do it. Angelo Agirio was with me. We were walking out of the house. He said, Sam, you're going to kill this guy, Oliver North? I started laughing. I said, no, of course not, bro. But the old man, he thinks that's going to help John. I'm humoring him, more or less. Okay, and give him the respect. I'll work on it. I'm never going to work on it. I'm never going to do it. It was ridiculous. But I'm not going to belittle him and say, well, that's insane. I'm not doing that. So I just, did it very gently and didn't do it. Oliver North, I don't know if he's still alive, but we didn't kill him.
Okay. I have Ryan Brown from last week. His question was, Sammy, did Bruce Cutler defend John for assaulting the truck driver?
I think, yes. I think he did. He represented him on a bunch of cases. It was like his lucky charm. John was a gambler, and he won a few times, but he knew that Bruce wasn't a good lawyer. He was just very theatrical, dressed like John, wanted to be like John. He did crazy stuff when he went into court. And he knew that me and other guys were pulling strings on the outside, rigging the cases, fixing trials by bribing people, either bribing them or threatening them. So he knew it wasn't Bruce, but, you know, I'm like that too. I'm a little bit, you know, I used to gamble and go down Atlantic City. You know, if my wife was with me, I would be gambling and I was winning. I'm not a real good winner in gambling. I'm not that lucky, but I would win. And she would say, I'm going to go to the bathroom. No, hold it in. Don't go. Don't move. I didn't want to change nothing. I was on a winning streak. So I'm a little bit of a superstitious myself when it comes to that. And as soon as I crapped out, I said, God, go take a piss. Whatever you're going to go do. So, and if she's watching, I don't know if she's watching, but she'll get a kick out of that.
Okay. D. Kaz. Hey, Sammy. If Frankie DeChico was alive when you became an informant, how do you think he would have handled it?
He would have came after me to kill me. He was for the rules. I think it would have broke his heart. And I think, you know how I feel about Frankie DeChico. I talk about him all the time. Mm-hmm. And let's reverse the question. If Frankie DeChico ratted, would I go after him? It would break my fucking heart. It really would. But I would have went after him because I believed in Cosa Nostra and I believed in what I had to do. And if you broke the rules like that, you had to go. I wouldn't have been happy about it, but I think I would have went after him. And I don't think he would have been happy about it. And I think he would have went after me. The thing when I had a meeting with Louis DeBono, my life was on the line. He was asked to bring a gun to the meeting. And Tommy Bilotti was asked to bring a gun to the meeting. And I told Frankie, I said, Frankie, bro, if I lose this meeting and I got to get hit, do me a favor, you do it. Don't let Tommy do it. You do it. You're my friend. I do it. You know where to plant the bullet. Do it. And he said, Sam, man, you crazy. I love you, bro. So, but the love is the reason why sometimes you do it. It's not always hate. Maybe I was going to do that with the old man Peruta out of love. I would have choked to death. I'm glad I never had to do it. But I would have done it because he asked me to do it, and he begged me to do it. And it would have torn me the fuck up, but I think I would have done it. You know. So in those questions, I think, listen, it broke Tato's heart too, from what I understand. He never went against me. Till the day he died, never went against me. His son was asked to come and kill me. He was a good shooter. And he told them to go fuck themselves. He wouldn't do it. So, and you're not supposed to do that. Because if it was a normal boss like John Gotti, Peter Gotti was the boss. He was a weak, dumb fuck. And if John was the boss, they would have killed Charlie for that. So, it's a peculiar life with a lot of rules, regulations, and a lot of feeling. We feel for each other when we're that close. You know, when you go through something really fucking dangerous or really fucked up, you grow feelings. I'm going to go to this picture of the town. He comes in the picture of the town, the movie, if you saw it, and he tells his friend, I'm going to ask you, we have to hurt some people. I'm not going to tell you why. I'm not going to tell you who. And I may never tell you why. And the camera goes to the friend. And the friend looks at him and says, whose car are we going to use? That's love in a weird way. And I know most people don't understand that. I hope that I can make that point where you do understand that. the life had a lot of love and respect for one another, a lot of feelings for one another. When Frankie the Chico called me and he told me that he had Roy DeMeo's ticket, meaning his contract, I immediately went to Bath Avenue, no questions asked. And not that I was a super tough guy, I wasn't worried about him. I was worried about him, but I was more worried about Frankie. And I went that same day right down to him, and I says, the whole crew is dangerous, Frankie. You need me? I got my whole crew come in with this. No, I got this. And then there's a story of how he got it. I don't want to get into that again. But I want you to try to understand that the life has a lot of love and respect. A lot of these clowns today on YouTube and whatever, they don't have no understanding of the life. They don't have any love for the life. But I want people to understand when I talk about it, there's a lot of love in the life. I've become close with your wife, your kids, your family, cousins. I come to weddings, I go to funerals, I go to all kinds of events. It creates love. So, and there is a lot of that in the Mafia.
Okay, we have Created for So Much More ask, do you think the commission regrets not backing Johnny Keys after the fact?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Do you think the commission regrets not backing Johnny Keys after the fact?
No. They're all bosses. The Genovese family, I mean, this is after the fact, had a reason to have Johnny Keys lose the war and Nicky Scarfo to win. They had a close relationship with him, with a lot of their guys. This was a big thing. They would have been able to take over things in Philadelphia, the Jersey, the Piers. It was a big financial thing for them, a big financial gain. And the Bruno family always came through the commission with their vote with the Gambinos. That would stop. Now, Nicky Scarfo would go in through the Genovese. They'd have his vote. So no, I think they were happy of, especially the Genovese, the way it came about. I don't think the Lucchese's or the Colombos gave two shits. I think the Gambino family did care because they came into us. Paul recognized that. And so no, I don't think the whole commission had any feelings one way or another.
Okay, great. Summer Bradley asks, what would you think if a woman wanted to join the Mafia, or were they not allowed?
They weren't allowed. It wasn't a gang like some gangs have guys in a gang and they got the girls in the gang with them. The Mafia doesn't do that. It happened in Italy for a small amount of time. A ton of mafiosos were locked up by the government during the war. And a lot of the women were carrying messages back and forth. And whether it was money things, whether it was murders, whatever it was about, those women became not a mafioso. They didn't take the oath, but they loved their husbands and their boyfriends, whoever it was. They brought the messages back. Some of them were even involved in some of the murders. So you could almost say that they were involved with the Mafia, but not really. They didn't take an oath, and they didn't want to do some of the things they did. They did them out of love and respect for somebody who was locked in a motherfucking cage and couldn't do what he wanted on his own. And they knew that if they were out, they would never jeopardize those women, and they would never even ask those things. So, and I know it was in Godfather 3, the Mafia, the women were running the families. That was strictly Hollywood. I don't know of anything like that happening. I heard Michael Frecci say he knew of it. I never heard of it. I never heard of it.
Okay, last question. Russell asked, did Cosa Nostra ever deal with Yakuza, triads, or Mexicans?
I think the Mafia truly dealt with everybody at one point or another. Albanians, blacks, Mexicans, whether it was in drugs, there's a whole host of reasons. Sometimes they're on the same page in the same area. I know the Colombians, the cocaine era, they dealt with the Colombians a lot. So they dealt with a lot of guys. I had one guy, Jimmy. Jimmy, he was a Puerto Rican. He was in my crew. And there was guys in my crew, Irish. You know, Irish couldn't get made if your father was Irish. There was a lot of tough Irish guys, and they were hooked with the Mafia. And the rule was, the original rule, you had to be Italian on your father and your mother's side. Then the rule changed so you had to be Italian on your father's side. But we did recognize that there was a lot of Irish who were tough guys and very friendly with us. There was a lot of Irish. There was the Westies. There was a lot of Irish who were close with us. And what we did to protect them and make them part of us is that if they did work, if they were with me, you don't fuck with my dog. They were my dog. So they're not made, but they're treated the right way. If you think you're going to fuck with them or mistreat them, you're going to have a problem with me. And they're tough enough that you're going to have a problem with them. So we dealt with a lot of different ethnic groups, if it made sense to us. And most of the times it did. The blacks with gambling and numbers and then drugs for a while in Harlem and all over the place. So there was a lot of different groups, you know, that we dealt with different people at different times.
Okay, great. Before I turn it over to Anna, will you tell everybody to hit the like button? We got 877 people in the chat right now.
All right, so I want 877 likes. How's that?
That sounds great.
Come on, I put out a video and went crazy putting out the video for you. Give me likes, and when it gets to, you know, YouTube, subscribe, and it would be good. It doesn't do anything for me money-wise, so it's not a money thing. I'm not asking because of that. It's a prestige type of thing, and I know it's that my people care enough to hit those buttons.
Yeah. Speaking of that, Sammy, you got a lot of super chats, but I also just got notification that you have a really important phone call that needs to happen at 2. So, guys, if Sammy can't get to your super chat today, he definitely will get to it next Monday.
Without a doubt.
Patrick.
Now you got me all excited.
I know.
What's this call that to? All right, let's get
We're going to find out.
Yeah.
Patrick, hey, Sammy, happy Easter to you and your crew.
Thank you, Patrick, and I really appreciate it, and they appreciate it. They're a good crew, a great crew, and you know, we all you know, we had separate family things, but we all had a good time. We were talking this morning about it and stuff like that. We did that little crazy video before, and we all did that together. Poor Amina, we rolled her up in the rug.
The tarp. I was like, oh my goodness.
When she says, "Who's going to go in the rug?" I said, "You are." She started.
Hilarious.
So we had fun doing that. We had a lot of fun joking around, and
The comments were hilarious.
oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
I wanted to do some things that, you know, not everything is serious all the time.
Right.
And that's the same thing with the Mafia. You know, we're not always serious. You got to be with us hanging out in a club. I mean, you'll hear stuff that you'll be pissing in your pants, laughing, you know. We have a lot of fun together, too. Mm-hmm. So, you know, all kinds of crazy things happen and stuff like that. So, you know, I want to keep it light sometimes.
Today's April Fool's Day. I was waiting for the prank.
No,
Sammy's such a
pranks.
prankster.
My prank was that little song to start off with. To my naysayers, I wanted to send it to them, and I thought that you would like seeing that. So
Awesome.
that's my prank.
Nice. Pizza Dave, have you ever worked out at Bath Beach Bodybuilding on Avenue U and West Ninth?
No, but friends of mine owned it. I've been there a couple of times. Friends of mine, Bali and guys like that, I knew them very good. They owned the place, and they worked out there all the time. I had different gyms to go to, and I went when I was boxing I went down New York to Gleason's gym, and it was, mega gym. A lot of professional fighters and things were there, and I went there. But there are good guys who own that place, and a lot of friends of mine would go there.
Can you say that 5 times fast? Bath, beach, body, build. Good Lord.
Bath Beach Bodybuilding.
Good
Bath
Lord.
Beach Bodybuilding. Bath Beach Bodybuilding.
You're a linguist, Sammy. You're a linguist. Thumper Deco has a very generous envelope for you. He said, "We love you here in Milwaukee. Will you please shout out Just Like New Auto Detailing for me?"
Auto detailing. If you're in Milwaukee, you crash your car, or you want to have it fixed or detailed, go to him.
Just Like New.
Just like new.
I believe it's pronounced Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
That's from Wayne's World. Oh my God. Okay. Ryan Brown says, "I need to find a way to get that song as a ringtone." Thank you for sharing that, Sammy.
Yeah, you could get it. I think they could. You could copy it off of there. So.
Oh, is a good one. Patrick wants to know, what do you think about the allegations against Sean P. Diddy Combs?
I think he has a tremendous fucking headache. I mean, I don't even know. Let me start off with this. I knew I was going to get comments on this. I don't know why you make it in life and you get so fucking distorted. You're rich, you're this, you're that, friends. You're on top of the game. And then you become a fucking weirdo. Why? What does that? I mean, and I'll tell you this. I was telling the girls, when the government, a prosecutor, knows what's going on, he's getting complaints or whatever it is, he has information, facts, and he brings it to a magistrate, a federal judge, and asks for a warrant. You can't come in somebody's house without a warrant. So they not only gave him, they looked at it, the judge, thinking, yeah, this is heavy shit, and gives you the warrant. Not only a warrant for 3 places, New York, Miami, and LA. And not only that, not only FBI, Homeland Security, all kinds of agencies getting together, spending a ton of money, going to these houses. And, looking for, he made a lot of tapes and stuff like that. Now, if it's tapes with him and a woman, or him with another guy, it really don't matter which your sexual preference is. You don't get in trouble for that. But if it's kids, he's dead. The biggest problem now I see in that case is that how high does this go? People in Hollywood, people in the music business, wealthy corporate people, politicians. He's friends with Obama. Obama's got a lot of little stinks all over the fucking place. Is Michelle really Michael? I mean, there was a guy who was an Olympic swimmer who was gay, and he was a chef for him, and he drowns in a bullshit streams. There's all kinds of fucking things. And then there's a bunch of murders within the hip-hop industry where his name is popping. I think he has a fucking major problem. Now, a lot of people ask me, what would you do? If I was him, he's got a ton of fucking money. Listen, there was lawsuits from women and whatever. So I heard another lawyer, he's a brilliant lawyer. He said he must have hidden all that stuff because he's had a problem for about 4 months with, and he's not stupid. So he probably realized that any time I better hide all this stuff that I have. And he made all those videos and things because he wanted to use that. In other words, let's say he gets a politician who comes in there and he has sex with a 16-year-old kid, 15, 16-year-old kid. So he has that. And now he puts pressure on him. He makes all kinds of moves. He's blackmailing people. But now he's fucked because he's caught with all that stuff. Now, will it ever come out? I don't know. Will they kill him like they killed that guy? What's his name?
Epstein.
Who?
Epstein.
Epstein in a prison cell. Will they kill him to shut it down a little bit? How high does it go? I don't know. I think it's a mess. I think it's something that's going to go on for months and months and months until the public finds out what the hell is going on or what they have. But there's no doubt in my mind that he's disgusting. Things he did is disgusting. Now, with that kind of money, if you wanted to go with an adult woman, 20, 21, 22, 25, did disgusting things, that's your thing. It's not illegal. If she's willing, it's not rape, and you're willing. If you wanted to go with another man, it's your thing. Do what you got to do. You're not going to get in trouble. You might ruin your reputation a little bit, but you're not going to get in trouble. But when you break it into doping people up with drugs in their drink, and now you're like raping her. She's not really willing. She don't even know what planet she's on. By the time she wakes up, she don't even know she got fucked 10 times. So when you're doing things like that, or kids, or, you know, or blackmailing, or involved in certain murders for your career, bro, you're facing life without parole. And the government is no joke. When they get you in that position, now, he may use that power that he has against all these people to try and soften it up. He might get killed, and he may become an informant. Otherwise, he's going to do, if he just stands up, he's going to do life without parole. So, but we'll see it come about. They didn't spend all that money, the government. They don't come out that strong without having nothing. That I will tell you. They have something. And now I was listening to Jesse Waters. I could call him a friend of mine. I like him. I did an interview with him. And he was saying they got people ratting on him left and right. Everybody and his mother's ratting now. You know, they're trying to get themselves out of it. These guys say, oh, you got to go to his parties. One guy I heard say the first party you go in, it was a restaurant, bottom floor. Second floor was like a bar, lounge, disco, party, this, that, people. Third floor, it was gay, straight, insane sex, drugs, kids, every fucking thing. And one or two people I heard talking about it said, when I got on the third floor and spotted that, I was up there for about 5 minutes and I left. And you hear people now coming out with things left and right. And I know him and 50 Cent never got along. They're arguing. He's talking about him now. It's going to be a mess. It's going to be a mess.
They're calling him the Black Epstein.
Yeah, the Black Epstein. Yeah, I've heard some things like that too. And I heard the Epstein part of it. And, you know, and I heard names like Obama. I heard name of Bill Clinton. Now, they're involved in bullshit all the time. So could it be? Maybe. I don't want to say it is, but maybe. Is Michelle really Michael? I don't know. I know that there was that woman, Joan, whatever her name was a comedian, and said that Michelle was a tranny. I don't know what's true and what's not true, and I'm not saying anything was true or not true. I know what I'm saying is there was 80 million stories. We're going to hear all kinds of juicy stuff coming out for God knows. I would say for the next 12 months. I don't think they have him yet. They got his plane. They stopped his plane. He wasn't on it. He was seen in Miami, I think. Yeah. But I don't think they got him yet.
No, he was out having dinner in Miami. And
yeah, but they don't have him yet. So when the government gets their hands on him and he gets arrested, I would assume that's what it's the next step. Then we'll start hearing things going crazy. And I see big people like Jesse Waters. Everybody's talking about it. So that's going to be a very common thing. We'll talk about it on occasion. I don't really want to get wrapped up in all that shit too much. You know, I mean, it's an important thing that people want to hear. So I'll talk about it on occasion. But I really don't want to knock him, or if he did say, if that's true, I will knock his brains in with my mouth. Because I'm against that. It's horrible. When you're starting to fuck with kids, to me, that's the holy grail. That don't happen. It doesn't happen. You know, the Mafia, when we looked at it, well, if there was a child molester in our neighborhood, we killed him. Fuck the law, fuck everything else. We killed him.
Right.
There was no hesitation, even a rapist. I don't want a rapist running around my neighborhood. I got a daughter, I got a mother, I got a wife, sisters, a granddaughter. I don't want a rapist running around my neighborhood.
Yeah.
So we would kill him, and we're against that as far as the Mafia, and as far as me, for sure.
Well, I think it's good to keep an eye on it. The industry is changing rapidly. I mean, the release on HBO Max of the Quiet on the Set about the Nickelodeon abuse, you know, it's huge. The industry is changing very quickly.
Oh, it'll change real quick when these facts come out, you know, or Hollywood will fall apart. Yeah. You know, we always heard the couch story. You want to become an actress, the producer's couch, you could become an actress, or the hip-hop's the shit. All them girls dancing in the hip-hop, from what I heard. I know people in the music industry, I don't want to mention their names, big people, and said, those videos, these girls are all hyped up, they're going to be on a video. When the video's over, they get banged all over the place by all kinds of people. Or you ain't getting there. So that's been a long time thing, and I know that from some heavyweights myself. I know I'm not in that business. I don't fuck with it, so I don't really care. So I know friends of mine wanted to be. I did have a girl who had a great voice who wanted to be in it, and I talked with my friends, and I thought she had a great voice, and they said, Sammy, this is, you know, you think Hollywood's a little dirty? This is 10 times dirtier. This girl ain't going nowhere. She's talented. We like her voice is good. First of all, you have to invest a ton of money in her. Secondly, she better be very willing to do a lot of things. So I didn't have the money to put into her, number one. And number two, I wasn't going to be part of that, what she had to do. And to me suggest to her, do this.
No.
I was out. I told her. Matter of fact, she was a nice kid. She came down with her mother and father. I accepted her mother and father to come down. And I told her, listen, I'm out. You know, it's just not it's not my, the music business is not my cup of tea. I'm out. And she disappeared. I don't know what happened to her. She probably, you know, sings local. She was a good singer.
Great. She was great.
Yeah, she was good, really good. I had a couple of heavyweights look at it. They loved her voice, and they said, Sammy, if you come in here, this is what you're coming into, bro. So I wasn't going to come into it, and I wasn't going to advise her to do what she had to do, and I wasn't going to listen to her, look at her mother and father, and I'm advising her that I'm out. I'm out. It's not for me, bro. It's not my cup of tea. So I assume the whole industry is going to get shook up or good with this, because he was big. There's no question about it. He's a big name there.
Yeah.
And he involves all big people with him. So it's not just him. He's going to drag a lot of people into this.
Absolutely. I'm going to hop back in these super chats. Sammy, TN Country Boy 34. Did Sammy ever worry about the plan to take out Paul, that it would get out and get back to Paul before they could execute the plan?
Yes. Me and Frankie the Chico talked about that, and exact words Frankie told me. He said, Sammy, Joe Watts has got a mansion. He has maid's quarters. We're going to get rid of the maid. We could live in the maid's quarters, me and you. And Frankie Butts, there was a guy with us, not a tough bastard, for security. Tell your crew, don't tell them everything that's going on, but tell your crew, if anybody comes, they want to meet you on Tuesday at 8 o'clock in such and such a place, let them tell you that. And see if they can get the reasons why this meeting is going to occur. I will do the same thing. Now, if we both have a meeting on a Tuesday at 8 o'clock in two different places, they know, and we're going to get hit. So we don't go to the meetings. Good thinking, Frankie. It was October sometime. I was at a party. My family knows the party. I was there with my wife. It was for my niece, some sort of big party. And I called my wife and I said, listen, baby, I'm going to go. I'm going somewhere. I'm not coming home no more. I'll be gone for a while. Don't believe anything you hear. Don't ask no questions. Don't do nothing. Well, how long are you going to be gone? I don't know. A week, a month, a year. I may never come home. And I told you, stop asking me questions. Just people around me, you know, your brother-in-law, my brother-in-law Eddie, and Big Louie, and few people, they'll come to you. Don't believe nothing you hear, see, somebody be talking about in newspapers or whatever. Don't believe nothing. You'll have communication with me, not direct, but through them. It'll come. And I left in October. I don't remember the exact date on October. And then Paul was killed on December 16th. I know it was right before Christmas, and I was told my wife almost fainted. She said she knew I was close with Paul. She said, that's probably why he's not back. He's probably involved in that. And she was sick. Me and Frankie, we had 5 cars follow me home and 5 cars follow Frankie home. After the Castellano thing, we went home on December 24th, Christmas Eve, to spend some time in our houses, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Right after that, me and Frankie would come out and we'd start meeting with captains and having meetings and stuff like that. So we went home for a couple of days. Joe Watts had a connection with a jewelry store. I bought some jewelry for my wife, some jewelry for Frankie's wife, sent it there, and then went home on Christmas Eve. I had fucking 5 cars loaded with guys.
Wow.
And I had some guys in my house, my brother-in-law, they all had guns, were in my house. And I walked in on the 24th.
Wow, it's crazy.
Yeah, the whole thing was crazy. It was worldwide news. It was insane. The agents did come to my house. They gave some bullshit reason. They wanted to see me, and my wife said, I don't know where he is. He hasn't been home. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think? I think he might have taken off with some young broad. I don't know.
Yeah.
So that was her answer.
Mm-hmm.
They walked away. There was even a newspaper article that did come out that said Sammy the Bull is missing and presumed dead.
Really?
Yeah, it was a small article that came out. They were constantly with the war. Castellano's dead. Tommy Barter's dead. They thought I was missing. They knew the agents were looking for me to talk to me, and they thought I was dead. And my wife saw that article, but somebody came over the house and said, we just talked to him today, he's not dead. Don't believe that's the newspapers, forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a big deal.
Gas Can Lips. Sammy Maigumbara, where did you and the Easter Bunny dump the stuff yesterday? Can you trust that rabbit?
Great question. Now, we don't say where we dump anything, but where we dumped it, I think the rabbit's keeping it company, so I could trust it. You ain't gonna see that rabbit no more.
Is that the first hole you dug? Okay, Emily Silver over at rthing.tv. Sammy, were you ever around guys that you found out later were wired or an informant?
Yes. You know, I'm going to tell you a little story. I got to tell you a little story with this. This guy, Petey Savino, was around Jerry Papa. I hated this guy, Petey Savino. I hated him. I never liked him. And I was away with my wife on vacation in Florida, and one day in a room, the news came on, and it had a guy who was doing some sort of interview with the news and said, I love Sammy the Bull. He's my best friend. We grew up together, and I have to cooperate against him. I'm going to rat on him. And I watched it. I watched it live. And my wife asked me, and I said, listen, I never seen this guy in my life. He's not my best friend. I never saw him in my life. He could rat, he could do whatever the fuck he wants. I called up my brother-in-law Eddie. He says he saw it too. And I said, do you ever remember this guy? No, Sammy, no. Do you know him? No, I don't know the fucking guy. I said, then don't even worry about it. Forget about it. And when I got back, I was going to my office, and my brother-in-law was there, a few other guys were there, and this Petey Savino was there. And he was asking my brother-in-law, wow, I feel bad for Sammy. He said this guy, his friend, is ratting him out. So my brother-in-law said, no, my brother-in-law doesn't even know him. And he said, no, I remember. No, remember shit, my brother-in-law told him. I'm around my brother-in-law all my life. And I know everybody who comes and goes. I never seen the guy myself. And shut him up. And I got out of the car, I came out, and he was there. And I said, hey, Petey, what are you doing? What's up? And he said, Sammy, it's a shame with this guy ratting on you. I said, don't even worry about it. I don't know the guy. And he said, no, don't you remember? And I said, no, I don't remember. I'm telling you, I don't know the guy. I never seen the guy in my fucking life. He's saying he's like my brother. You don't think I would remember him? I don't know the guy. So I'm not worried about it. And I didn't know he was wired, but he was. It was agent sitting in a car, and he was wired when that happened. They wanted me to say, yeah, I'm scared, whatever the fuck they wanted me to say. But I didn't. And then he said, I got that envelope with the steelworkers with $2,500 in my pocket. I said, again, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. I never gave you $2,500. For what? He said, for the steelworkers. I gave you 20. No, Mario, your guy, gave me $2,500, so I want to give it back to you. So I looked at the corner, and Mario was there. So I said, Mario's right over there. If he gave it to you, go give it to him. What are you giving it to me for? It's not my money, and I don't even know what you're talking about. So Mario's right there. Go talk to him. Unbeknownst that I was wired and agents were listening to this. The tapes actually killed their case, and it helped me. But not knowing. Why I hated this guy is that you all know that my first boss was Shorty Spiro, and I was with the Colombo family in Carmine Persico. And I had a problem with Ralph Spiro, and I was transferred to the Gambino family. Later, Ralph Spiro was killed in front of the same house I went to kill him. And he dove under a car to get away from this hit. The guy put the shotgun, pumped a couple of shots. He was dead. Shorty was looking for him. He actually called me. He said, Sammy, this is not you. I said, no, bro. I gave you my word. I would never fuck with him. I'm in a different family now. And anything I could do to help you, I'll help you. But I'll give you my word. I had nothing to do with this thing. But Shorty was hunting down who killed his brother. It was obviously an off-the-record hit because nobody knew about it. Now, his brother-in-law, Shorty's brother-in-law, tells Shorty, listen, Jerry Papa has an idea who killed your brother. I'll make an appointment. You could go and meet him on Bay Parkway, where his office was. So Shorty went there. Papa is the guy who killed his brother, unbeknownst to Shorty. So Shorty goes into the club, Papa kills him with this fucking Petey Savino. And another guy, Petey Savino's partner, I don't remember his name, but he was a fat little fucking plump ass. And they bury him. They break the concrete, put him in the concrete it back up, and he's done. Nobody knows who killed Ralph. Nobody knows where Shorty is. He's obviously missing and he's dead. It goes on a little while longer. This fat ass gets pinched and cooperates. Papa is already dead, so it doesn't matter. They go to the place, they chop up the concrete, they take out the bones, it's Shorty Spiro. So Ralph is dead, Shorty is dead, Papa is dead. Petey Savino is still alive. Fat ass ratted. So now I know he came and asked me all those questions. I never liked him. How could Petey Savino not be pinched if his partner is ratting on the whole thing? They got the body and everything. I was the underboss at that time. And I go to Benny Eggs, who was the underboss of the Genovese family. And I said, Benny, you've got this guy, after Papa was killed, you've got this guy, Petey Savino, around you. And I tell him the whole thing I'm saying now. I never liked the guy. I think he actually tried to set me up. If you want, give me permission, I'll take him out. It's impossible for him not to be an informant or get pinched. So he said, Sammy, let me talk to Chin and I'll get back to you. I think the day or two later, he sent for me. I went down and he said, Chin, I spoke to Chin. Chin says he's a lot of things, but he's not an informant. I said, how could it be possible? He said, Sammy, he don't want him hit. The answer is no. Please leave it alone. Okay. And I leave. A day or two later, Gas Pipe comes to me. He's an underboss. And he tells me, he says, Sammy, this kid Peter Savino, if he ain't a rat, I'm a monkey's ass. I agree with you. He said, let's take him out. I said, I can't. I already went to Benny Eggs. I already spoke with Chin. I didn't speak direct, but I threw a message. I spoke with Chin. And Chin said no. He gave me a no. I already asked to kill him. So he says, fuck it, me and you go kill him. Now, you're an underboss of one family, the Lucchese's. I'm an underboss of the Gambinos. He already had said no, so we're going to defy him and do the hit. Well, it's cause a war here, bro. No, I'm not, I'm out. I'm not doing that. I'm not, it's crazy. I was already refused, I'm not doing it. We leave it go. In the Windows case, Chin and everybody, Benny Eggs, everybody gets pinched. Who's the informant? Undercover informant, Peter Savino. Now, I never went back to Benny and say, see, I told you I don't do that shit. But I felt like telling him, see, this would have never happened. He would have came, I would have sucked him in to come into me. I want this, that, and the other thing, and he would have disappeared, bro. You would have never had this problem. Chimney would have never had this problem. I'm saying that now, but I didn't say it to them. I didn't want to be a smartass. A guy's in trouble, they're in trouble, and they all got convicted. Why I didn't get pinched on the Windows case and everything was the fucking tapes I made with him in front of my office when he was questioning me about, there was nobody ratting on me. That was all fake. Just for me to talk. But I didn't know the guy, so I didn't talk about it. I said, I don't care about it. Whatever he does, he does. I don't give a shit. So, and then with the 2,500, those tapes actually saved me. When I cooperated years later, they told me, Sammy, those tapes is what kept you out of those pinches. Because when they got back, they said, listen, we can't put him in a case. These tapes will cripple us, not him. And that's how I didn't get pinched in the Windows case or anything else with that part of life. So I did recognize that the guy was no good. A little bit, but I never liked him anyway. But as soon as that shit happened, I knew for sure he was ratting. Something was wrong. Too wrong. And I didn't like him, so I didn't give a fuck. I would have hit him, to be honest, for those two reasons. But I was almost 100% sure. How is it possible? Not only that the guy is ratting, they went to the place, dug up the fucking body. What more evidence do you need? Petey Savino, Papa would have got pinched too, but Papa was already dead. So Petey Savino is the only guy, I mean, he's got to go, or he's rat. And he was a rat. So yes to that question. But,
That's fucking crazy.
But if, I know, but it forced this whole conversation out about it, and it brought back my memories with this guy. And I don't even know if he's dead anymore. I mean, he was with them. He left. He probably went in the program. He might be alive now, saying, this fucking little bastard.
Sammy, has anybody ever told you sound like Al Pacino sometimes?
A couple of guys, when I did a few things.
You got a great ass.
Yeah. I get excited and I say, where'd you get that with?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
If you want to give a shout out to Tony Kraus, he gave a very generous super chat, but we got to go.
Thank you so much, Tony. I appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. We have to go.
Yeah, we got to jump on a phone call.
Could we put that song out for them
Yeah,
again?
you wanna
If
do
they
the song
like
again?
the song, at least put the song out for them again as we go. Hey guys, I wish I could stay longer. Lily wants me to stay a little longer. She don't want to get up. I can see that. I love you guys, and I appreciate all of the beautiful messages and things you sent to me. I responded to just about everybody. If I missed responding to you for some reason, I'm saying it now. Thank you so much. I had a great Easter. I told you my family and where they're going and what's going on. So, I almost can't wait until next Monday. And then we'll keep up this other story with, what's his name, P. Diddy?
Oh, yeah. Yep, P. Diddy, like P-E-E. Diddy.
P. Diddy. All right, now, I just made up something that I'm going to change his name in case he goes on the limb. It won't be P. Diddy, it'll be He Did It. He did it.
Diddy.
He did it. He did it. So I think he did it too. I think he's fucked. You know, not that I'm happy about it. I mean, I actually feel sorry for him because he's a fucking jerk. If he did all this shit, he's a jerk off. Yeah. And I don't like seeing nobody go to prison, but he has to be the biggest jerk off in the world, bro. Come out with all that smug fucking attitudes and this and that and all that hip hop shit. They want to kill each other and do this. If he's in the middle of all of that shit, that's crazy. You're killing the guy because he has a better song than you. This is fucking weird stuff. But we'll talk about it. I mean, I'm sure it's never going to stop for a while. All right, guys. Love you again. I'm going to sign off my way, especially for where's Jay. So they know that sign off. All right. Adios, motherfuckers.
Ain't no asshole gonna make me feel like hell today. No PO